Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this. This is going to be episode 49 of 10 years ago. I'm your host Mark P, and judging by my mailbag, my inbox, the comments from last time, the comments that I've been getting on Facebook, a lot of you are looking forward to this one. Tonight ladies and gentlemen, we're looking at this show right here, Wwe Summerslam 2002. Remember it being awesome. A lot of people have told me that are looking forward to this one. Like I say, let's go through the news before we get on. 3 newsworthy items, IMO. Since Vengeance, the first one being Rey Mysterio's debut. Rey Mysterio debuted to a lot of hype. They made videos promoting him that not only said Rey Mysterio is coming and he's freaking epic, they showed footage from him back in the day in WCW. Now, this, of course, made me think to myself, why couldn't they have just done this with the Invasion people, you know? Instead of just going, right, here's Chuck Palumbo, you already know who he is, obviously. Give him an actual video package of what he'd done and who he was with, and you know, the fact that he's a former WCW tag team champion. Oh, he was a tag team champion when he came in, wasn't he? You know, if they'd given all of the Invasion guys that sort of preferable treatment, that would have been brilliant, wouldn't it? Anyway, Rey came in, debuted, defeated Guerrero, and that was good. The other things was Triple H's heel turn. So after we saw at Vengeance, didn't we? There was a 20-minute segment with Triple H and Shawn Micheals, Bischoff, and Stephanie. Which brand would Shawn Micheals go to, or Triple H go to even? And yeah, the night after, they organised a DX reunion, and as they get ready to suck it, Triple H hits Shawn Micheals with the pedigree. A week later, Shawn Micheals found unconscious backstage, covered in blood. A week after that, they show some footage of who it was who did it. Shawn says, Triple H's in the ring, and he says, Shawn, I swear, when we find out, I'll kick their ass. And then they enhance the footage, and it's Triple H. And the smile, yeah, when Shawn says, it was you, Hunter, and he sort of looks, and the way he just smiles, like, you're damn right it was me. I wanted to prove a point, I wanted to show that you were weak. Now this was just fantastic, but it just got better, this promo on Raw did. As Shawn Michaels says, now I'm not 100% at the moment, but I will be by, say, SummerSlam, and it's like, oh yeah, it's fucking brilliant, absolutely superb that. Sure, yeah. Absolutely amazing. And then the other thing that I just wanted to quickly touch on before we get on with this one is Brock Lesnar defeating Hulk Hogan on SmackDown in a match that's actually included on the DVD, and it's absolutely fantastic. It's probably Brock Lesnar's best match to that point because Hulk Hogan got the shit kicked out of him. It's that simple. He really put over Lesnar in the best possible way. Lesnar, well, he just manhandles him, basically. The thing about this one as well that was really good, that I really buzzed off, was that Heyman backstage was saying, you know, this guy's not like everyone else. This guy overcomes the odds and shit like that, puts Hogan over something rotten, and then during the match, Lesnar's doing his thing, and Heyman keeps shouting to him, going, you've got to finish this one. He's not like everyone else. He's not normal. Absolutely amazing. Oh, one last thing. On the first advert you see on this DVD that comes up is the advert for the Divas Undressed DVD. Did anyone buy that at all? I mean, 10 years ago, I was, what, 21? Didn't buy it. No. Anyway, maybe those 14-year-olds who did, but I sure as fuck don't. That one's for you, Dave. Okay, so Kurt Angle defeating Rey Mysterio in an absolutely superb opening contest. Angle's out first. Main event to Kurt and Jericho in 1 month. That's got to be disappointing, hasn't it? Crowd are very loud. There's a very professional "You suck" chant, and Kurt Angle's wearing tights that look like pajamas. If I'm honest with you, they're red and white striped, and they don't look great. Rey's music hits. There's no sign of him. Taz proves he's a complete idiot by saying, well, where is he? And then the camera angle they cut to is Rey Mysterio on the apron with Taz behind him. And what, Taz, you couldn't see him there? Really? Really? Anyway, Rey Kurt, I'm going to go through this one match move for move, if that's alright. Rey takes Kurt down with a pair of Ranas and a monkey flip. Angle comes back with an ankle lock attempt. But Rey quickly gets the ropes. They turn to 6 on 9. Angle slows the pace down with a suplex and a massive German suplex. It's like Rey goes through one of those, you know, where you flip up and down into a bulldog. It's like he does the flip bit of that, but Angle just goes, well, bolts to this while I've got you here, and German suplex. An absolutely huge move. Absolutely massive. Sunset flip get by Rey, gets 2, and a backbreaker gets 2 for Kurt. He chokes Rey on the ropes and counters a head scissors into a backbreaker for 2. Half Boston Crab is perfect and looks awesome, but Rey counters into a cradle for 2. Rey gets a jawbreaker and attempts a sunset flip, and Angle counters and hits an amazingly fast belly-to-belly suplex. Goes for an Angle slam, Rey counters into an arm drag, and then knocks Angle to the outside. Rey tries to go for that, he runs at the ropes. Referee's like, no, whoa, 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 whoa. And of course the crowd like, boo, really loud boos. Referee turns, so he's on the ropes to check on Kurt. So Rey, in one of those, well, like that, came charging up and leaps over the referee onto Kurt on the outside, and it looks fantastic. It's a great, great looking spot, and the crowd went mental for it, as you can probably imagine. Back inside, Rey gets a close 2 off a springboard leg drop. Ankle lock is countered again, 619, and the West Coast pop. Haven't said that for a while. Get a close 2, and the crowd, the thing is, a crowd are fully into every one of these near falls. They really are loving it. Angle goes for that, the running belly-to-belly suplex off the top. But Rey counters with a kick, then attempts a Rana, which Kurt counters into an ankle lock in probably the only bad-looking thing in this match. I'm sure on paper this is one of those ones like, you go for the Rana, in midair I'll counter it into the ankle lock. On paper, that should look fantastic. In practice, it didn't look too great. In the middle of the ring, so yeah, he's got the ankle lock on, and he looks like he's just about to get to the ropes. Angle pulls him into the middle ring, and he taps out at 9 minutes and 20 seconds. Now, you'd have thought that Rey would have got the win, it being his first pay-per-view match, but Kurt bumped for him so well and made him look like $1,000,000. So I'm sure that the loss won't hurt either of them at all. Absolutely at all. This is a 3.5-star match. This is one of the best opening contests I've ever seen. It is that simple. It was absolutely fantastic. In the back, Bischoff and Steph share some screen time and brag about their brand. And then, in one of those things I absolutely love, King proves that he's a moron as well as Taz by welcoming us to the Raw part of SmackDown. Love that. Next match is Ric Flair defeating Chris Jericho in an okay match. The build to this one was Flair destroying Fozzie's equipment. And yeah, it was more of a physical build-up than an interview-heavy build-up, which is alright. Jericho's heel beard is quite wonderful. As someone who's trying to, once again, to get the old heel beard on the go, Jericho's in 2002 is just fantastic. Interesting. One of the interesting things in this one is Jericho up top and Ric Flair knocking him off. The way off Flair always goes up and always gets slammed off. They do the spot, but in reverse. I don't recall seeing that one. This match is okay. There's a whole fuckload of chops by Flair. The finish is really weird as Jericho reverses a Flair applied Walls of Jericho into a figure 4. As Flair touches the ropes, he taps out. And it's one of those, it's a very close call. It really is. I mean, oh, it really is. But anyway, the point that's weird is that Flair then gets the win with a figure 4 of his own, and that bothers me because at no point in the match has Flair at any point done anything to weaken the knee. The figure 4 is all of a sudden so powerful, you only have to put it on one time. You don't have to weaken the legs whatsoever. Because of that little nitpicky fact, this one isn't quite the 2-star match that I reckon some people rate it. For me, it's a 1.75 stars. Next, there is a good match as Edge defeating Eddy Guerrero in a good match, very good match, a 3 3/4, almost a 4-star match. So Edge controls the early going on until missing a spear and sailing to the outside and landing hard on his left shoulder. And because Eddy Guerrero is my freaking hero, guess what he does? That's right, straight to work on the injured body part, straight away. Arm breaker off the top is amazing into a hammerlock. That's incredible. Crossface chicken wing and an armbar as well by Eddy Guerrero. 4 straight moves, all working the arm. Fantastic. And of course, what makes it so much better is that Edge sells it like an absolute champ. That arm is hanging off at this point. You're like, that is brilliant. Edge hits a desperation power slam. He hits clotheslines, right? Both clotheslines. Hits the clothesline with the right arm, right? And as a moment he's got out of it, goes, shakes the arm loose, and then does another one, and then does it again. And I'm sat there going, I'm loving it. I love psychology. It's freaking epic. It just is. He manages to suplex Edge to the outside, a press to the outside by Edge. Inside they go up top where Edge hits a lovely facebuster off the top. Spear is countered with a drop kick to the shoulder. Frog splash is countered with the knees. Education only gets 2 as the start crowd, who have been very quiet up until this point, they start to come alive a little bit. That's the problem with mat wrestling, is that back in the day, back in the day, mat wrestling was, the crowd just sat and laughed at it. Like, back in the day, in the 60s, you could put a headlock on for 10 minutes and no one would bat an eye. They're going, oh, good strategy, that, good sound strategy. Mat wrestling today is such an underappreciated thing, and I try so hard to drill it in, I really do. I've lost my place. after that. Northern Lights suplex, which is called a snap suplex by Michael Cole, who's a moron, lands on the shoulder. Hands on the shoulder. Proves once again that Eddy is a freaking genius. He's feeling froggy. He goes up top. Edge follows but gets knocked off, enable Eddy to hit a frog splash to the fucking injured shoulder. That is wonderful. Absolutely fantastic. Gets two. Edge goes up top again. Gets flipped off. Sorry, Eddy goes up top. Gets flipped off and eats a truly monumental spear at 11:45. Yes, a spear. A spear with the injured arm. I mean, come on. Am I just being a nitpicky bastard here? Am I the only person in the world? Please, please, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't comment at all on this fit, comment on this one point, right? He has his arm battered to the point where it's hanging off, right? If he hits the spear and then crumples to the mat in absolute agony, I don't have issue with it, all right? But he hits the spear, gets the win, and stops selling the arm. And you just, for that loses at least a quarter of a point. At least. It's a 3 3/4 match, yeah? I would probably give it 4 1/4, maybe even 4 1/2, because I was enjoying this one so much. It was fucking brilliant. Edge sold like a champ the whole time, apart from that one bit as well. Stupid! But it was a good match, great match. It's just my nitpicking. But at the end of the day, I think with nitpicking like this, it's right. That makes sense? Next, the Un-Americans defeating Booker T and Goldust. Yeah, not a bad match. There's not really much to say about this one. This one's more, if you like old school tag team wrestling, this is perfect. As Goldust plays the face in peril for quite a long time, and this one goes 9:36. Plays place in peril for quite a bit, so even with a false tag, which you don't see all that often, until the heels miss a concerto, enabling Booker T to get the top tag. He cleans house. Oh, excuse me. Oh, excuse me. He cleans house until the referee gets bumped, and he chooses that exact moment to not beat the holy hell out of his opponents. No, because that's what fucking heels do. As a babyface, he decides at that moment to do a spinneroonie, which is lovely, I suppose. And that enables Test to come charging. He hits the big brute in clear view of the referee. I know the referee's out, but the referee, he can see. He's come round by this point. He can see what's going on, and that means that Christian can just calmly get the win in 9 minutes and 36 seconds. There's nothing to write home about. It's not the greatest of matches in the world. It's not the worst. It's a 2-star match. Nice and simple. Next. Oh, at the World, Nydia makes out with someone on a pay-per-view, lovely. And in the back, Stephanie and Bischoff do some porn-level acting about who's going to win in the IC title match that's coming up. Speaking of which, RVD defeating Chris Benoit in a good match to win the IC title. Benoit won the Intercontinental Championship on the 29th of July. This is the rematch clause. It's an intimate promotional match, so each man has a different ring announcer. They could have done the storyline where Benoit wins the belt and then jump to SmackDown, which is what he did, because he doesn't want to face RVD again, but they didn't. That's just me having a thought. After some kicks and a crossbody by RVD, Benoit takes over with a German, a backbreaker, and a snap suplex followed by a standing armbar. RVD comes back with a roll-up and a monkey flip. He then misses a moonsault before Benoit misses the diving headbutt. RVD goes for and misses the frog splash. So it's just missing all around, really, isn't it? Enabling Benoit to lock on a crossface, which RVD just seems like he doesn't know how to sell a crossface at all. Because he just sits there with his eyes shut like, and it's like anyone else you see them in the crossface, it's the most, it's always sold as the most painful submission move. So you start there yelling, no, RVD just doesn't do that at all. He makes it to the ropes, so he does. Shoulder breaker by Benoit makes me happy as it sets up for the crossface. Anything that's on the shoulder in this match is setting up for the crossface. So the psychology of this match is anything on the shoulder. Fantastic. Surfboard is brilliant. RVD gets out of it, but Benoit holds onto it and turns it straight into a straight jacket choke, which is awesome. Think about it, he's got his arms behind him, yeah, working the shoulder again. So RVD tries to counter out of it. So Benoit just grabs his arms and puts him in one of these, straight jacket choke, like, awesome. The guy's a fucking god. Fantastic. Well, he was. Not anymore of it. And now I'm lost again. How can I get lost? Benoit counters into one of his own, straight jacket choke, and then attempts a rolling thunder, but Benoit moves and locks on the crossface again, which gets a big pop. RVD once again just looks like he doesn't know what to do with it. Rob escapes, but Benoit rolls through with a cradle. That gets 2. Benoit launches RVD shoulder first into the ring post, and then makes me mark out something rotten by hitting 4 Northern Lights suplexes, one after the other, each one coming down on the shoulder, as we explained in the Guerrero match. That's fucking brilliant. Then the crossface, same problem from RVD, obviously. He tries to escape sweat, Benoit puts on a dragon sleeper. RVD puts on a crossface, which is quickly countered, as it always should be. Rolling Thunder gets 2, spear in the corner results in selling of the arm by Rob. Rob, this long into the match, we finally get selling. They go up top, Benoit goes to the super belly-to-belly suplex, but RVD counters into a crossbody in mid-air, then hits a 5-star frog splash for the win at 16 minutes and 29 seconds. So a decent length, and it's a decent match, but I tell you something, this would have been so much better. 3.5 could have been 4-star match, yeah, if RVD had sold the arm or the shoulder, which he didn't at any point. Well, that one little bit just completely ignores it. That's the thing with RVD. When people, you know, if people say they really buzz off RVD, I say something along the lines of, because I'm not a big RVD fan by any stretch of the imagination. Yeah. And I'll say he can't sell. He has never grasped the art of selling well. And they'll say no because he can take those bumps. Remember that clip from ECW where he gets pile driven and bounces like this high off the ground? That's very different. That's overselling, isn't it? That's making something just look ridiculous. Anyway. Not a big RVD fan. All his matches are the freaking same, for God's sake, and no selling. Undertaker defeating Test in a piss-poor match. Test owns for a bit. Taker comes back. Un-Americans attack. Taker beats them. Tombstone for Test. What did he do? 8 minutes, 18 seconds. Taker celebrates with the American flag. And here's a fact, right? I'm not a big fan of America. It must be said, I know some really cool American people, but the majority of Americans that I've met are complete pricks who are so up their own arses, and America is the greatest country on earth, and we salute the flag, and Britain's shit because it's not America, and Britain does stuff that, you know, makes perfect sense to us, but that is stupid because it's not American, etc., etc. I hope that doesn't offend anyone, it's just me speaking my mind, yeah? Thing is, I don't give a fuck about the patriotic Undertaker holding up the flag because it's not my country. In fact, if I'm honest, in my mind, Test is the babyface here. So I just don't give a flying fuck. The other thing about this one is JR gushing about the American badass and what a hero he is, you know? I mean, up until a month ago he was a heel, and 9 months ago that same Undertaker who's holding the flag was trying to push your face into Vince McMahon's arse. Bit of a short-term memory loss there, JR, maybe just a little bit. Anyway, let's go for the 2 main events, because both of these are freaking awesome, aren't they? Yeah, Shawn Micheals defeated Triple H in a great non-sanctioned match. I've been warned that if I rate this anything under 5 stars, I'm going to be killed. Just point that out. So, they slug it out, which Shawn gets the better of as he hits a crossbody to the outside, which you don't see coming. Hunter launches Shawn into the barrier inside. Shawn skins the cat and uses a trash can, but then hits a double axe handle. He calls for some sweet chin music, but Hunter scores with a pair of backbreakers. Nice and simple psychology in this one. And it's a good one because it's just worked the back. Shawn Micheals broke his back. Nice and simple. So anything that you do on the back is magnified in the fan's mind. And the thing about this match is you've got to watch it in the context of the time. This is Shawn Micheals' one match. He ain't coming back again. We're getting this one match, alright? Watching it from a now point of view, going, why is he reacting like that? And why are they selling it like this? And why are the commentators like this? No, at the time, this is one shot deal. I remember Shawn Micheals on Bite This. In fact, he's on this DVD. I just haven't watched it. He says, one more match. That's all you're getting from me. So any of the psychology in this one is nice and simple and easy to follow, you know? And I love it. And the thing about it is even better is it's not just me who loves it. Oh, no. The people, they love it as well, which is great. JR says that a broken back never fully heals, and if you do suffer a broken back, you should never get in the ring with a man like Triple H. I wonder what Ric Flair's thinking when he's thinking that, because during the Flair match, JR had been saying about the broken back, it was 30 years ago, how he came back from it, how he had a storied career. Interesting, that one, isn't it? Anyway, Hunter continues on the back with a big Irish whip into the turnbuckle on an elbow to the back, which HBK sells perfectly. You really think that he's in absolute agony, because it's not the oh, it's a ah, it's a oh. Great. Not Peter Griffin's are, but you know, a proper one. Hunter uses a chair on the back and gets 2 off the resulting cover. Rolled by HBK gets 2, but Hunter comes out with a face buster and then a DDT on that chair, and Shawn's busted open. This is an interesting one with the busting open, because there's no blade at all, because the camera stays focused on them both, yeah, but he's bleeding, and you're sat there thinking, and as this match goes on, yeah, all of a sudden the blood, which is there, you know, there's loads of at first. At the end of the match, there's none. There's a bit of dry blood around one of his eyes, yeah, and that makes me think that it reminds me of those UEW days where we saw the fake blood. You know, sorry to break some hearts, but it was always fake blood with me. Apart from in my matches with Danny Ace when it was real. Because I got busted open hard way. Yay. But yeah, fake blood goes on, and if it runs, it looks alright. But if it just stays in place, it then dries and looks ridiculous, doesn't it? And that's the thing with this one. By the amount of sweat that comes off Shawn, it's all gone. I'm sure it's a blood capsule. It's not real. Okay. And I've lost my place. Oh, gun! Shawn, Hunter whips Shawn into, I'm lost. Hunter whips Shawn with Shawn's own belt, then gets his trusty sledgehammer out, but Shawn blocks him. Irish whips into the turnbuckle again, and an abdominal stretch, that's the one. We got that in the end. He then argues with the ref about using the ropes, which is classic. He's doing classic heel, abdominal stretch, hand on the ropes. Referee tells him to break it up in a non-sanctioned match. Go figure, that makes sense. Shawn heads up top, selling the back perfectly as he goes up there, really struggling to get up there, you know. Shawn Michaels gets knocked off the ropes as Triple H shoves Earl Hebner into the ropes. He's hanging upside down, Shawn. He's gone down forward, so Triple H gets the chair, bam, right to the back. Absolutely fantastic. Cover gets 2. Pedigree on the chair is attempted, but it's countered with a low blow. He picks up, Triple H is pissed off, he picks up the chair, walks around, sweet your music, right to the face, and that one gets a truly manly blade job from Triple H. He's bleeding like a proverbial stuffed pig. Oh, yes, he is. Whatever that means. Do stuffed pigs bleed? Do they? I mean, if you fill a pig up with stuffing, does it go, oh, fuck this, and bleed everywhere? I don't know. I'm an idiot. It's late in the day. I mean, ooh, 6:15. Very, very long day. Right, I'm lost again. I keep losing my train of thought. Super in the face. Shawn kips up, it's full of energy. Back body drop and another big chair shot. They head outside where Shawn continues the assault with a trash can lid, belt shots of his own. Shawn stops selling the back, by the way, now a bit as much. It's still selling a bit, but not as much. He uses Hugo Samovich's boot, which King says in one of those insider jokes that I love, a heel for a heel. Fantastic. Shawn finds a ladder, rams it into Triple H's face and chest, and slingshots him into it. Triple H then gets inside, baseball slides the ladder into Shawn Michaels. Back inside they go. Up top where Shawn gets 2 off a superplex, then 2 off a sunset flip, then Triple H gets 2 off a high knee, and my screen never comes on, just that. JR's going mental about telling us how evil Triple H is, not a month removed from his heel turn, just how evil he is. You're a bad man. He gets the steps. Shawn dumps him on the outside, sets up a table, puts Triple H on them, goes up top, does this, and then does a crossbody, which is pretty damn mental. If you watch it in that, like I say, in that one last match context, you just sat there going, don't fucking do it, Shawn. Please do not do this. Still does it. He then sets up the big ass ladder in the corner and does a big ass elbow drop off it, and the crowd are going mental. And you think that he's dead, and then he kips up and signals for the band, and you're just like, wow, this is awesome. The place is going completely crazy. Fantastic. Sweet your music countered. Hunter tries the pedigree, but Shawn rolls through, holds on. 1, 2, and 3. But that's not all. Oh no. You see Triple H then gets the sledgehammer, bam and bam to the back of Shawn Michaels. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. JR goes mental on commentary. I refuse to believe what I see, and look what you've done, you no good son of a bitch. Fucking brilliant. And yeah, my only problem with this one, my only issue, and the only reason that I'm sorry it's not a 5-star match, is because think about Triple H, yeah? Think about what he does in this match. Think about how good he is in this match. Now then think about how he'd been all year until this point, and then think about how he is for the next 18 months. Think about until January 2004, how shit Triple H pretty much is from this point on, yeah? Why is it that he wrestles his best mate this well and then is shit to everyone else? Why is it that he can't make stars? Because if he wrestled practically anyone from the mid-card this well and gave them this match, they'd be a star. From the next night, especially if they won, they would be a star. The other complaint maybe is that Shawn should have won with the feature music. That's just by the by. And then we get Lillian Garcia giving the Fink some beats, which is nice. And then we go into the main event. It's Brock Lesnar defeating The Rock in a great match, a really good match this one, to win the undisputed title. Just bear with me a second. So, Michael Cole's calling the main event, which is always going to be a bit of an arse, isn't it? In the build-up, you see Rock get put in the crippler crossface by Chris Benoit, yeah? And the way that Rock sells it is fucking marvellous. It just must be said. The build-up to this one is awesome. I like build-up where you see the athletes training for their match. It gives it a legitimacy, and makes it feel more real, okay? That's what I buzz off. That's what I really like. And this is what we get. So, the other thing about this one is that Rock won the championship specifically to lose it to Brock Lesnar. Can you think of any of the other headliners who would do it like this? This is what I was saying when people were getting all over Rock at WrestleMania. I can't imagine John Cena ever doing the match that Rock does here. Because for a start, right, he gets the shit kicked out of him. Secondly, as soon as he comes out, right, Rock gets booed, big style. And what does Rock do? He rolls with it and starts healing it up a little bit. Brilliant. John Cena wouldn't do that. He'd just act like nothing's happening. Every vid. Every single one. Slugfest to start, which doesn't go well for Rock, as he gets launched with a massive belly-to-belly suplex, which the crowd roar approval for. Massive, massive Rocky sucks chance as Brock works the ribs. The ribs have been injured 2 weeks before this by Triple H on Raw, and then again by Benoit and Eddy Guerrero. So he's working with injured ribs. So of course, psychology sells itself. It's brilliant. Works the ribs. 2 massive rib breakers. On the outside, Heyman kicks Rock in the ribs, and then Lesnar drops him on the barrier on the ribs. Excuse me. Belly to belly gets 2 for Brock, who then continues on the ribs with elbows and stomps. Rock tries to come back, but it's a power slam for 2 as the crowd chant Rocky sucks. Brock misses a charge, enabling Rock to hit a belly to belly suplex for a 10 count. Both men kip up at the same time. Rock tries to clothesline Brock, charges at him, clothesline, not near. Brock just no sells it. Third one takes him down. DT for Lesnar, followed by Scorpion King Deathlock, which the crowd do not like at all. Heyman distracts the referee with a chair, so Rock breaks the Scorpion King Deathlock. Lesnar gets the chair, uses it, and then locks on the Hogan-destroying Bear Hug of Doom! I wonder how long he'll use that one for. I wonder, because I've legitimately forgotten how long he used the Bear Hug for. Rock lays the smackdown to a chorus of boos and knocks Lesnar to the outside. He slingshots Lesnar into a ring post, sets up the announce table, and who's going through this one? Oh, it's Paul Heyman with a rock bottom. Fantastic! Rock bottom inside the ring. Rock bottom gets 2. Brock bottom, oh yes, gets 2. Spine buster by Rock. He goes for the people's elbow. And once again, it's just like at WrestleMania. Crowd are booing him. When he hits that fucking spine buster, the place goes bonkers. It's weird, isn't it? Goes to the people's elbow. As he bounces off the ropes, Lesnar gets up and wham with the biggest lariat. Oh, it's absolutely fantastic. Rock bottom is countered, and they do a lovely little finishing sequence where both men try to go for the finishes, but out and literally the way that Lesnar counters the rock bottom and turns it round and then jumps onto his shoulders, F5, and clean as a whistle in the middle of the ring. At 16 minutes and 3 seconds, we have a new WWE Undisputed Champion. I fucking love this match, and I'll tell you why. It's because not only was the psychology perfectly sound in all ways. Rock sold like a champion. Lesnar came across looking like a megastar. And the crowd was shit hot for it, even if they were... Another one, really? God damn, really? Can't do one vid without the fucking police, ambulance or fire service driving past. Yeah, basically Lesnar owes Rock big time after this match. He made him look like a star, like an absolute player. And I loved it. This was a 4-star match easily. This was the best pay-per-view of the year so far. It will remain to be seen whether Survivor Series, which is one of my favourite shows ever, is better than this show. One bad match, which is Taker and Test, and I know for a fact, right, there's people out there, because I've already had this conversation on Facebook, believe me, that will rate the tag title match higher than me, and will rate the Ric Flair versus Chris Jericho match from higher than me, which probably means that they rated this show just that tiny little bit higher than me. For me, it's an 8.75 out of 10. High praise indeed. I would highly recommend this one. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been Mark P. I would love to know what you think of this show down here. And yeah, that's pretty much it from me. Thank you very much for watching. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you all very soon. Take it easy. Take it easy. Just stop making vids, Mark. You fucking suck, don't you? Oh dear. I'm 30 in 12 days. I'm getting old. My brain cells are dying. I don't want to be 30. See you in a bit, guys.